The end has finally come for Hollywood, and a new dawn has arisen where independent content creators all across the world will make the movies of tomorrow. It's here, powered by AI, made by creatives in their basements, their attics, their garages, and maybe even on their smartphones. But you don't believe me? Watch this video, and I bet I'll change your mind. Hello folks, welcome back yet again, another adventure into what's really going on in entertainment today. This out of the Los Angeles Times. Movie theaters finally emerged from the shadows of the pandemic. Now you all know that's not the case. Theaters are emerging from terrible movies. The pandemic is just the reframing of the woke mind virus. Masanuga writes this: movie theater owners are facing 2026 with renewed optimism after a strong start. Domestic box office revenue up 23%. By the way, that optimism will, I would say, diminish greatly as some of these big blockbusters perform less than they anticipate. Why? Because they don't understand what you and I understand. That's why you should click the like button. Folks, what's been going on in Hollywood? The destruction, the immolation of the industry by destroying your favorite franchises, your favorite IPs. And Project Hail Mary and Mario distinctly do not do that. If Toy Story 5 is a celebration of all things Toy Story and returns the characters back to who they are, good for them, right? But otherwise, don't get excited just yet about the box office this year. Trust me. Fortune was just recently saying the Oscars make it clear Hollywood is in a death spiral. But what if I told you, ladies and gentlemen, that the true death of Hollywood is here, and it's a good thing? No, seriously. And I know some of you out there, you're doomers when it comes to AI, and I get it. I understand Skynet could be the thing that wipes us off the face of the earth, right? Or it could just be the thing that wipes out Hollywood. Let's pay attention to this. This comes from Earth 616. And as we get ready to play this, I just want to let you know, I don't know the rules on YouTube for this. Nobody does. No, we don't know what the legalities are whatsoever. Like, here's, we're going to play a video of Jonathan Majors, but it's not Jonathan Majors. How do we do that if Jonathan Majors didn't give approval for that? These are Marvel characters, but I don't know, folks. I don't know the rules here at all. But I have to cover this. I have to play this. Otherwise, you don't know what the heck I'm talking about. So we're going to play snippets of it, not the entire thing, and try to be on the safe side of it. But this is being presented as if, and it's clearly marked, made with AI. We're not trying to hide anything, but it's being presented as what the opening scene for Avengers Doomsday should be. Now, usually a movie takes 3-4 years to create. And in the case of an Avengers film, this one's going to cost, what, $450 million in production alone, right? $300 million in marketing. And some guy somewhere in his basement made the opening scene. And hang on, folks, I'm going to show it to you and then I'll explain. It might look better than what Avengers will be when it releases. Here you go. The amount of money it would cost typically to make this is astronomical, but one person is prompting this. And the ability to upscale now to 4K or 8K is going to be a complete and total game changer. There's something else that's happened today in the last few hours. I'll show that to you in just a second. Don't go anywhere. That changes everything as well. I don't know what they made this in, if it's C-Dance or if it's Grok, but it's darn impressive. And it diminishes the cost of making something like this by an unimaginable scale. I mean, we're not talking about cut it in half. We're not talking about cut it by 90%. This takes the full cost of making a movie, which is astronomical, and just shrinks it to nothing, right? Here's a little bit more of what should be the first scene according to whoever made this.
The exiled one has fallen. The one who called himself He Who Remains no longer guards the flow of time.
Now, pause here for a moment, folks, because we're going to skip ahead to the end of this. Again, I'm not trying to play the whole thing for you. I just want you to see this is movie quality. It really is. And some guy made it. Not a studio, not a corporation, some guy somewhere. Don't even know his name. Some guy made this. And guess what? We are going to be inundated with this kind of stuff very soon. And the problem for Hollywood is this stuff might be better than what they can make. And I mean it. All right, we're going to play the end of this. And remember, what happens if Avengers Doomsday comes out and the first scene doesn't hold up to what other people can create? Because you think this is the last of what we're going to see in this regard? Like, is Disney going to have to come out and start claiming this stuff? Marvel? I don't know. I don't know, but the question for me is, what happens when, before a movie can even release, people have made better versions of the movie? Yeah, it's the opening scene right now. How long until they're making full movies? How long? If you can make this whole scene in, a week, then before the movie, you can release an entire thing. And if you don't release it for money, I don't know what they can do about it. If you don't release it for profit, I don't know what you can do about it.
Done. I remove the noise. Where is it? It's no longer under our control. A throne beyond time. Give me a name. Loki. I can help you. I don't think so. We'll meet soon, Loki.
Okay. Now the question is, if that's cooler than the opening scene to Avengers, what are we going to think about that? And the other thing you got to think about too is, what if people can't remember what was in that movie? I can't remember because the AI ones were so much better that other people made. And if people can do this, and if they can release this in 4K and 8K very, very soon, maybe now, if people can do this, then who's going to be the first one who takes it to the theaters that are struggling? Because remember how they're reframing this? Let's go back again. I need everybody to see this. This is why we started the video the way we did. Movie theaters finally emerged from the shadows of the pandemic. Yeah, because you made two movies that actually align with what the market wants. Mario and Project Hail Mary. Right? And we called this months ahead of time. We said Project Hail Mario is going to dominate. And now we're going to get it back into some of these films that go straight on back into the woke era, and we're going to see a collapse again. So how long until theaters say, you know what? We'd like to partner. We'd like to partner, please, with anybody who can do this. Now, Disney's going to stop you, right? Disney's not going to allow you to watch something that features their characters on the big screen. Got it. Understand. How long does it take until somebody makes something that features, a character that's not copyrighted, not trademarked, that you can use? Amelia, for example, created by the UK government, has backfired on them spectacularly. Now she is the opposite of what they created her for, and she's become, I think, the first AI star. Sorry to whoever that little character was they tried to push on us with the Hollywood trades. Amelia, put it in the history books. Amelia is the first AI superstar. She's a character created by AI that's going to continue on in AI. Here's Amelia, a clip of this. And as you watch this was like, what, 3 months ago? Maybe a month ago. Not long ago. Look at how the quality has already increased. And today, a big announcement came from Grok. I'll show it to you. A big announcement from Elon Musk. We'll show it to you. Hang tight.
Our ancestors built Westminster Abbey and wrote the Magna Carta in the 1200s. They invented the printing press and the computer. They discovered electricity and gravity. They built cars, then airplanes, then spaceships. Meanwhile, in the rest of the world.
So there's Amelia. You can agree with her. You can disagree with her. It doesn't really matter for the point of this video. What it matters is, look how far we've come. It's a couple months ago, right? The eating spaghetti stuff with Will Smith. You can see it in real time right here. Amelia versus this. I mean, this is amazing. We now have cinematic quality. Okay, well, guess what? Something just happened. Something literally just happened at the time of recording minutes ago. By the time you're seeing this video, upon release, it'll be a couple hours. But Elon Musk says, imagine upgrades, talking about X. Now, X and Grok. Okay, Grok is Elon Musk's AI system powered by the Colossus supercomputer in Memphis, Tennessee. Grok has wiped out Sora. Sora's gone. That was the ChatGPT version of making movies, text to video. It's gone. It's not because an AI bubble burst. It's not because AI is collapsing. It's not because Sora underpromised or underdelivered. No, it's because Grok, Elon Musk's strategy was, I know where I can dominate, and I'm going to dominate video to text. Or excuse me, the opposite, text to video. And he's done so. Here's the latest from Grok Imagine, now with a new update that makes the matching of lip syncing for voice so much improved. Here we go.
big update to audio in Grok. The mouth lands on the words the way it should, so the whole video feels dramatically more real.
And of course, that's been added. That's got the share effect, right? You got the auto-tune added for fun. But you can see as we scroll down, this is very, very impressive stuff that they're doing now. Here's another one using the auto-tune.
Someday I'll close my eyes and drift to realms the mind alone can gift. Someday.
So the ability to do this now just got dramatically better. You can see people can make their own music videos in no time flat with Grok. It's amazing. Here we've got Elon Musk dancing in the background.
Round the clock, turn imagination into reality. Time to unleash your fantasy with Grok. Grok, ready to talk.
And the reason I bring all this up is because you need to know that people can now generate even more realistic stuff. And next month, they're going to be able to generate even more realistic stuff. And by the end of this year, so if you're looking for where does this go, Pro? What's the timeline? How fast does this change everything? By the end of the year, which is when we predicted, by the way. Now, that's not going to make Hollywood disappear. Movies will still come out and go to theaters. But people will be creating theatrical level experiences by the end of this year. And the naysayers, those who have told you, nope, I've looked at AI, that's not going to happen, you guys are lying, they're going to be wrong. They're going to be wrong. And you don't want to be wrong because you could take advantage maybe of some of this stuff, right? You could get creative with some of this stuff. Don't be a Luddite. There's no advantage to being a Luddite. If something's going to happen, no matter what you think about it, you might as well figure out how to make it be to your advantage. So have at it. Unleash your creativity. But by the end of this year, we're going to see theatrical level productions coming out of AI from independent content creators. And by next year, this is going to become, I believe, the predominant form of entertainment consumption. It's a threat, a huge threat to Disney. It's a huge threat to Hollywood. They will still have their characters. That's their saving grace. And if they license those characters to this, then the race is on. If they don't, then I think people are going to make stuff. Why not have a cinematic universe with the Rippaverse? Why not? Why not other independent franchises and worlds out there, IP connected universes? Why not? Why not? People can do anything they want, and very, very soon. So when do we predict that this will change Hollywood, and when will we get an AI movie in the theaters? Probably in 2027. Somebody's going to push this. Theaters are desperate for it. They're tired of being handed out. I'm not going to call it AI slop. I'm going to switch that up, right? I'm going to call it Hollywood slop. They are tired of receiving Hollywood slop. We just found out today that Oscar Isaac says that they introduced the last line of post-production. Somehow Palpatine returned at the last second, at the last minute before releasing The Rise of Skywalker. That's Hollywood slop. That's Hollywood slop. That's them destroying your favorite franchises. They don't care. You'll eat it up, right? They got lazy. They got distracted. They bought into the propaganda, the woke mind virus. And we're ready for non-slop. We love Project Hail Mary. There's a place for that. We love Mario. There's a place for that. You can make that next year and the year after. And the year after, it's going to get better and better and better. It's going to be amazing. The transition is going to be very painful for an industry that, Hollywood, all of entertainment in the US of A makes an economic impact, I believe, about $33 billion, somewhere along those lines. So that's going to be very painful, right? Yes. But do you want to be on the wrong side of that tsunami, that supersonic tsunami? Do you want to be on the other side of it? No. And neither do I. So if Hollywood's smart, they'll get back to making great movies and great stories, and they'll use AI, and they'll do a great job, and they'll mix it with real people and real actors and all of that. That's what they should do. And if they don't, extinction. That's coming for them. Okay, fine, be that way. We're not going to save you. We're not going to save you after what you did with the franchises we love, with the characters we love, with the inversion of morality that you did, and all that you tried to do against Western values. Sorry, you're on your own now. You can still save yourself, Hollywood, but time's up. By the end of this year and going into next year, AI is going to be transformative, and there's no way around it. I expect at least 100 more of these from various content creators regarding Avengers Avengers Doomsday, even before it releases in theaters. 100 fake scenes from the movie that might be better than the movie before it releases. Total paradigm shift, total change, and a marketing reversal for these companies. How do you market the movie when people are putting out better stuff than you have for release when it finally hits theaters? I don't know. But look out. Hope they're using these tools too. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the video. Click the like button. Share this out. And if you've not yet clicked that notification bell, you should click it and stick it to the algorithms. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.